I've worked on my way down to just one shell, and now we're going to do the final loop for this final row, and then we will work the border. It says to turn, and then it says to chain 3, but like I said before, I like to chain 3 before turning. So just chain 3, turn, and slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, and then you end it off and draw in your tail, just like so. And you should have a big square. We're going to begin the corner of your first round of the border using the smaller hook, and I am using an H8 5mm hook, and I'm going to start in one of my corners that I have a marker in. What I do is join with chain 3 in any corner and with color B in the corner in the loop, and I grab the yarn and pull it through, and I want to chain 3. Now we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the corner. So this is going to be just like the corner of a granny square. 2 double crochet, chain 2, and then 3 double crochet. And then we're going to make, I'm going to remove that stitch marker now, 3 double crochet in the end of each row across. So if you see, there's these loops. In each of those loops you make 3 double crochet in each one, and go all the way across. And then when you get to the corner, you're going to make the corner just like a granny square with 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So I'm going to pause it here, and when I get to the next corner I'll show you that. Okay, I've worked 3 double crochet in each space along the side, and now I'm at the next corner, and just put 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the corner. One, 2, 3, and then you repeat the same thing for this each side and this in each corner, and then when you get back to where you started, when we get back to where we started, I'll resume the video. See you there. Alright, I've worked my way around the first round of the border, and what I've done is I finished this off here, and I'm going to join it. You can join with a slip stitch in the top of that chain 3, but this is how I do it. I'm going to thread my yarn needle, and I am going to go into that first double crochet just like that, and down through the top 2 loops of the last double crochet I made, and then under the V of the top chain of the beginning chain 3, and that makes that look like a finished double crochet. And then I'll go between the chain and the last double crochet I made, pull that through up through the bottom here. And this is to mimic a double crochet stitch, so it'll look like a regular double crochet. So bring it out through the bottom, and that yarn that I wrapped around, bring the needle up through there. Okay, I have to look at my hand instead of the viewfinder so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. And pull it through, and then back up through that V, and it makes it look like the rest of the double crochet stitches. And then you just continue to hide your yarn into the stitches. Okay, I'll finish that later. Let's get started on the second round. Round 2, you use color A, and the original pattern color A was turquoise. In this sample I'm using Cafe Latte, and we're going to single crochet in each double crochet around, and then in the corners we're going to make 3 single crochet in the corner, chain 2 spaces. So I'm just going to start right over here. Is you start with a single crochet by start with your slip knot and have that on your hook. Okay, and this is how you start with a chain 1 instead of with a single crochet instead of a chain 1. Okay, get your loop on your hook, you insert your hook in the stitch and pull up your loop and draw through 2, and that makes a single crochet without having that chain 1 there as extra bulk. And you just single crochet all the way around this row. Get up to the corner, okay, now I'm at the corner, and I make 3 single crochet in the chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet all the way around to the next corner, and do 3 in that corner, and then when we get back up to the end I will show you how to finish this row and get started on row 3 of the border. So I'm going to pause it here and we'll resume when I get back around to this last one. Alright, I've single crocheted all the way around my piece and I'm back to where I started. I'm going to make 1 more single crochet in that last double crochet. And now for the last round, round 3, it says to slip stitch in each single crochet around. So I'm just going to go under both loops, drop a loop, and draw the first one through the second, just like so. The reason I'm doing the slip stitch is to give this more stability, because it's a diagonal pattern. It is considered on the bias, and when you have something on the bias, it tends to stretch from corner to corner. So this will help eliminate or help prevent that stretch from happening on the bias. So that's all you do, is just slip stitch in every stitch around, and then when we come back to the beginning, which will be harder to see, but if you look down on the top, and that's another reason to keep your tail, to find out where you stop with your slip stitching. Then I'll show you how to finish it off when we get back around to where we started this row. See you there. I've slip stitched all the way around. Now I'm going to stop my slip stitching 1 stitch before you get to where you started. So slip stitch here and here. See, I am 1 stitch over, and I'm going to just pull that through. I already clipped the end here, Now I'm going to make the last slip stitch by sewing it in. So you go from back to front under the first slip stitch that you made, which will be above that tail. Pull it through. You want to keep this slip stitch the right size. You don't want it to shrink. That's the last one you made. And pull your loop down, and then go down through the top and out through the back. And pull it so it's just the same size as the other stitches. And that way from the front you won't be able to see where you started and stopped your slip stitch row. And then you turn your work over, and that's where you draw in your tail. I just go right underneath those single crochets, just like this. Across one direction. Oh, I would say that's about 2 inches. And then I bring my yarn up through the top of the stitch like this, and then come back down and go back under those same stitches just for about half the way that you did the first direction. That way you get your tails hidden in securely. Tug on a little bit so that you know that it's in all the way. And trim close to the work. And then you want to take and hide the rest of your tails in the same manner. I'll probably take it this direction for this tail. And then of course I need to finish hiding this one. So I hope you like this video. I wouldn't mind seeing your pictures. When you go, I'm going to put this pattern on Ravelry as well, and if you put your pictures of your work on Ravelry page and make a comment on the pattern page, I'll be able to see your diagonal granny afghans. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.